Is this the best free golf app you can get? Well, let's find out. Okay guys, so what we have here is the V1 golf app. It's a GPS golf app, and a little bit of backstory. For the last 2 seasons, I used Arccos Caddie exclusively. Clocked something like near 20,000 shots. I can't really remember, but I actually gave Arccos up for this app. And I'll tell you why in a little while, but I think it's important to note that yes, I did use Arccos to drop me from 18 to 5 and then work on all the way through to breaking par. But why did I actually change to the V1 app? Because remember, this is free. Everybody has access to this, and Arccos has a subscription base and everything like that. But the specialty about this app and why I left Arccos is that once it's paired with your Apple Watch, it'll actually do shot detection free. And the shot detection is pretty good. It's very good. It does have a little bit of drawbacks. It really does. And I've been using this app for a little while now, and I am enjoying it, but it has a few quirks in it. But remember, this is free software that's able to do shot detection without having microchips, special grips, special anything on your golf clubs or a thing hanging out of your belt. It will do it seamlessly. Absolutely seamlessly. Front, middle, back distances. And there's a few other impressive things in the app that really made me jump from Arccos to this that Arccos failed to provide. It's really hard to argue with a product like this that's free of charge at what it's capable of. Let's get into some of my favorite bits about the app. So a couple of things that I really like about this app. During a round, you're not really involved in the app. It's just kind of happening. You're getting your front, middle, back distances. You're getting the shot detection. We'll come to that a bit later and the pros and cons about that. But it's really afterwards, the feedback you get from the app is quite spectacular. I would say it's more in depth than Arccos, and considering it's free, it's actually mind blowing what they actually came up with. It is a traditional scorecard, but it gives you your percentages of your greens, your scrambling, all that stuff, the basic stuff that you need to know. And this is actually from the round that I did break par with, so nice memories there. You can see it does the shots gain, the strokes gained, which people like to use a lot these days. Me, I'm not too pushed about it. I generally know where I go wrong, but this has a hidden feature in it that I really, really enjoy. I have to say, really, and it's this page right here. This is probably the most important page in the whole app, and this page to me, like, when you go out, if you're a golfer and you go out for a round of golf and you're like, oh man, I could have shot so bad, I could have shot much lower. This actually shows you your potential score that you came up with, you could have had on that day. So I shot a 1 under par 70 on this particular day, but it's saying that my potential, I could have shot, I had mistakes of 1.5 strokes. So it's essentially saying I could have shot 1.5 strokes lower. I know that as well. Like, for an app to be able to do that, it's quite incredible, and it shows you that you can always improve. So there's no like, oh, if you don't know or not really into shots gain, strokes gain, saying like, oh, you were -1. It's like, what does that mean? Well, this is breaking it down very simply. You could have been 1.5 strokes better, and it tells you where. It tells me here, chip shots and penalties. That's where I could have, on a 1 under par round, chip shots and penalties, that's where I could have improved. So it's giving you direct feedback, which is so important. If you are trying to improve and get better at golf in a very simplistic way, and you don't want to pay a subscription and put stuff on your golf clubs, this is definitely something you should look at. Now, if you don't have the shot detection, you don't have the Apple Watch, don't worry about it. You can put your rounds in afterwards. Be honest, and it'll spit out all the information that you want. It'll give you average approach, average everything, and if you go through it, it has everything you need. The interface itself isn't as slick as Arccos. I'll give it that. Arccos is a much slicker, much more user-friendly app to use, but remember, this is free. This is a free product, and the shot detection works seamlessly. So how the shot detection is working on this is with the Apple Watch, it's using the gyro data in your Apple Watch. So when you swing the golf club, it detects that through the Apple Watch. This to me is good and bad. One, the good point is that it's doing something that only paid products are doing. So it's using the technology that we already have on us, that we've already paid for. We pay for the phones, we pay for the Apple Watches, and so on and so forth. But it's using that. The only problem is on practice swings, just practice swings in general, it gives that vibration, the haptic feedback that it's recognized the swing and it's asking you to input a club. I'll be honest, I generally don't do the clubs at the time. I do it when I get to my next shot. When I'm looking at the front, middle, back, I'll go, I hit a 7 iron, I hit a driver off that tee, I hit a 5 iron, whatever it is, that's when I'll do it. But afterwards, all that data is logged in the app. With your putting, you do it yourself. You know, there's no smart sensors on the golf clubs to actually recognize the putting stroke like Arccos. I think Arccos is the only app that actually recognizes the putting stroke, and it does it really well. Like others, you have to tell it. So I left Arccos because the subscription base was too high for the downfalls that I had. And one of the main downfalls it was leading me astray, in a sense that if I had a 300-yard drive, suddenly it would say my driving stats were good, but I could be locked behind a tree, I could have been on the next fairway, I could have been in the rough and not had a shot. With this app, I can tell it it was a recovery shot. I can say that so it will change my driving stats according to the next shot. So the recovery shot, it knows my drive wasn't good and that I had to recover. So therefore my strokes gained come down in driving instead of going up, because Arccos was penalizing my approach shots something terrible, and realistically it was my driving. So I spent a lot of time practicing the wrong thing, trying to improve the wrong thing. Now the recovery shot was so good, it just made sense. It was a simple thing that made sense. I would give this app a go, and if you are going into the 2024 season, I would say get this app, give it a go, because it's, if nothing else, it's definitely worth a shot. It's the insight into your golf, and if you are like me and if you are trying to lower your handicap, get better at golf, it's apps like this that really make the difference. Let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you in the next.